Hello, and welcome back to another solo episode. I'm recording in my outside office again because it is gorgeous and beautiful. So I am soaking up the sun, and I hope that you are as well listening to this. So today I'm going to be talking about possibly one of the most frustrating parts about growing your online business. And that's when you're showing up, you're visible, you're getting visibility, you've done the work to really simplify and streamline your offer. And yet the sales just aren't landing like you know they should or that you really hoped for. And so if that's you, I want you to know, keep listening, keep going, because you might be making the same visibility mistake I see even the most high level coaches making today. And so I'm going to walk you through exactly how to fix that. So we're going to cover why visibility alone isn't what moves the needle, the three things you need in place before visibility actually starts to convert, and then just a quick self-audit so that you can check and see where the gap is in your system. So the other day, this idea prompted me because I got a message from someone that might feel familiar. So I'm just going to read what she said because it helps land more when you can hear those exact words, right? So she said, "We've had major moves in our business. We simplified what we offer, so it's super clear. And the response has been amazing. But we know our issue is messaging and positioning so that more people can actually find us." She goes, "Once the right clients find us, they rave, but we just need more of the right people finding us." And so they are going to be doing podcast guesting, SEO things, different partnerships, all really smart moves, really good things to be doing. But it's what comes after those things that are actually going to get the people to convert. And so visibility without a system behind it is just noise. You're showing up, people are seeing you, they're remembering you. That's really great. Visibility is really good, but that's only half of the equation. So many incredible, experienced individuals showing up every single day with work that changes lives. That is why I am here. Who the people that I'm helping is I know that their work is changing lives, but they're still feeling like that best kept secret in their space. They're doing everything right. Again, podcast interviews, Instagram lives, showing up consistently, but still wondering why people are saying, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing," but they're not actually buying. And what happens is people tend to get burned out or discouraged. They start questioning the offer, so we start tweaking it. Maybe they're changing their niche or their pricing or their content. Most of the time, it's not any of those things. Because the problem is, again, visibility is only the first half of the equation. The second half is what happens next. Because visibility gets those people to notice you, but then it's the system behind it that turns that interest into income. It's the system behind it that actually converts them into buyers. And so if you don't fix this, it happens when they stay stuck in this cycle of showing up, but not seeing the ROI behind it. They're being seen, but they're not really being supported. And so that's what I want to shift for you today. Because when you do fix it, you can build a growth engine that works even when you're not. Okay. And so here's the core belief that I want to anchor into you today. If you take nothing else away, getting found isn't the finish line. It's just the starting line of your funnel. So visibility gets you seen, but we don't just want eyeballs, we also want action. And for action to happen, you need a bridge, that container, a next step that makes it super easy for someone to go from "this is amazing" to "how do I hire you? How can you help me?" So let me show you what this looks like. It's just a simple 3-part system that can help close the gap. Okay, so we have that clear lead magnet, not just a freebie, but something that's directly connected your offer. So not just that generic freebie that you might have out there. It has to directly connect to your offer. So it should solve a small but urgent problem that really tees up the transformation your paid offer provides. And this could even be, when I say freebie, it can also be a low ticket offer. Low ticket offers are working really well right now because it's more engaged, more interested buyers. Sometimes it is a better qualifier, right? Those low ticket offers, anywhere from $7 to $27. We have low ticket offers that go all the way up to $44. And so really just depends, but it helps to qualify that buyer a little bit more. So we have to have that clear lead magnet. How are they getting onto your email list? We want to get these people onto your email list. That is super, super important. So whether it's a mini training, a webinar, a PDF, a checklist, whatever it might be, you have to have a clear lead magnet that solves a problem and gets them onto your email list. And behind that, we have to have that nurture and sales sequence. And so if you're just sending newsletters or waiting for people to reach out, we're leaving a lot on the table. When someone downloads your lead magnet, when they opt in to be on your list, they want to hear from you right now. They want what you have to offer right now. It's the warmest they will ever be. And so it's really important that we get them from the beginning. So we have that, whatever they're opting into, whether that's a free training, a webinar, a challenge, a checklist, a PDF, whatever it is, we're having them opt in, and then they're immediately getting an email sequence behind it. It's a strategic sequence that builds trust, it pre-sells your offer, and it gives them the clarity they need to make a decision. Make the decision that you are exactly the help they need to get them to point B. Right? We're getting them from point A to point B, where they are now struggling to their desired transformation. And that's what this nurture sequence is going to do. And all throughout that, we need to have call to action. So when you're selling high ticket, most of the time, people want to see you, experience you, hear you before they're willing to say yes. I like to book a call. If you don't want to have a bunch of calls on your list, inside of your email sequence, you can have different videos in there. That's you talking to them, you sharing different stories, testimonials. It can be just belief shifting, right? That showing them you are what they need to get to that desired transformation. But there always must be a call to action in there. So whether you're leading them to the sales page that gets them to say that, yes, I'm in, to book a call, to fill out an application. I find applications work really well because it just makes it feel more high level. Those three things that they need are the clear lead magnet, a nurture and sales sequence, and a compelling call to action. So they come into your world, you're nurturing them throughout that email sequence. And in every single email, we want them to take action. And it's always going to be action. So how are you selling your program? Are you selling it from the sales page directly? Are you selling it on sales calls? Are you doing an application? How are they taking that next step? Okay, the right people are waiting for a reason to take action. We just need to give it to them. Let me just share a real example because I think that really helps you understand a little bit more of how this can work. One of my clients had a very engaged audience, right? She had this super engaged audience and didn't necessarily have an easy way for people to go take that next step to work with her further. And what she really wanted was to build this community. We put all of the pieces in place. She had a bunch of free lead magnets out there, people on her list, they were engaged, but there was no next step, no clear call to action. And so what we did was we created the system behind the lead magnets that took them from opting in to a low ticket offer to buying into the higher ticket community. She had 500 people show up to her first ever live event and then grew her community from there. And so people were already interested, engaged, but they didn't have that clear next step. And so now she has new people coming into her community every single day because we have this system set up. She's not having to launch over and over again. She's not having to post every single day. She continued to do what she's doing and posting her weekly content. But now we just set up this system behind it and she's getting new clients every single week. It's the same visibility, just a different system, bigger results. And so this is where the self-audit comes in to see what's happening, right? Here's where you get to check in and ask yourself, first off, how are they coming into your world? What is the lead magnet that you have? Is it directly tied to your main offer? And if you have one in place, is it bringing in the right people or is it just bringing in freebie seekers, right? What is that? How is that lead magnet positioned? Is it positioned to talk to your highest level ideal client? How is it positioned so that we're getting the right people in the door? That is very important, the right people in the door. So the way that you position and message your lead magnet, your opt-in, that's going to be really important to getting the right people in the door. Then we're looking at what is the system behind it? Do you have an email sequence that actually guides people toward a decision? Or is it just more value give, more education based with no direction? And then ask yourself, if someone finds me today, do they know what to do next? Is it easy for them to say, yes, I want to work with him? So if you said no, or maybe kind of to any of these, you're on the right path, but we need the structure to support it. You're already doing the hard part, which is showing up and getting yourself out there. Now we just need the structure, the system, and the messaging behind it to get the right people in the door and getting them to take action. Okay. So if people rave once they find you, your offer is working. You are getting them results. So the problem is not that not enough of the right people are making it, or the problem is that not enough of the right people are making it to the point of understanding and staying. It's the bridge between discovery and decision. They're discovering you. Now we need to help them make that decision. Okay. And so that bridge is made of the strategic messaging, thoughtful positioning, and a system that's always working in the background. Okay. That's exactly what I help my clients build inside of Subscribers to Sales, because we have a system that turns visibility into sales. When you're already showing up, you're guesting on podcasts, you're putting content out there, you're showing up on video, whatever it is that you're doing, that is building the foundation. That's building a really strong foundation. And then the system behind it helps you build that scalable, spacious business that I'm guessing that's what you signed up for in the first place. And so if this is something that you're interested in building just one group offer that reflects your voice and brilliance, or you already have this offer, now you need the messaging and positioning that connects the right people to you and the one funnel and system that works behind the scenes to bring in aligned clients. So you don't have 25 million things going on behind the scene. We focus on one thing. We bring it back to simple and we make sure it is aligned. So no more launching over and over again or spinning your wheels, just one clear, scalable path forward. Let's not only hope more people find you, but build the system that ensures they stay. We'll build the system that ensures they stay and say yes. All right, I'll see you next time.